ParticipACTION made an appearance from Sport Participation Canada, a non-profit organization formed in 1971 in response to a 1969 study commissioned by the National Advisory Council for Fitness and Amateur Sport. This study found that the future of Canadian health was at risk from poor physical fitness. The council chair at the time recommended that the government of Canada provide funding for an independent agency that would work to promote physical fitness. A little history about my experience with ParticipACTION. When I was a little kid, I used to see a few commercials. They were called body breaks, which, as I understanding, was initiative of ParticipACTION. These commercials were a couple. It was of a couple that would encourage people to move their bodies. They were actually really short, quick, engaging, and fun to watch. I often wondered what happened to them and the proposed venture of moving your body. I was also curious as to why this action plan has not been successful in increasing movement. Especially since we still have the same problems about non-moving bodies. Good morning, friends. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jessica, and I engage in conversations about weight loss, weight-related disease education, and how to achieve weight loss in an affordable way that honors our way of living. So back to ParticipACTION. A commercial arose in 1973 comparing the health of a 30-year-old Canadian to that of a 60-year-old Swede, which started a national discussion on the state of physical education in Canada. The idea came out of a book by Dr. Shepard, who was then the director of the graduate program in exercise science from the University of Toronto. He had, in one of his pages, he had a table of international fitness comparisons, showed the Swedes at the top of the ranking, and Canadians significantly lower in the list. On the other side, an illustration showed that a 60-year-old active man could be as fit as a sedentary 30-year-old man. This triggered a huge debate on the Parliament of Canada about the state of a Canadian citizen's physical activity. Adding to this, a new report from the World Health Organization says that annual healthcare costs are rising from lack of physical activity has reached $27 billion globally, American, and 421 million in Canada. Not getting enough physical activity has also worsened our mental health. The WHO states that nearly 500 million people around the world will develop a new case of heart disease, of obesity, diabetes, depression, and other non-communicable diseases due to sedentary lifestyle between 2020 and 2030. With strategies like ParticipACTION, the WHO hopes to see a 15% drop in physical inactivity by 2030 and says governments around the world need better data collection and monitoring of physical activity. The agency also is calling on countries to increase their advocacy for fitness and exercise and ensure their national policies. Commitments on physical activity are fully funded. So I checked out the ParticipACTIon website, which, truth be told, I did not know it existed. It was full of free workouts that you can do, from gentle movement to functional exercise. There seems to be a clear indication that the focus of the website is accessibility, affordability, and minimizing injury. Still, even with all those resources we have available to us, why don't we engage in these free, affordable, and accessible workouts? In a 2013 study that aimed to identify the external and internal barriers to physical activity and exercise participation among middle-aged and elderly individuals, the common external barriers were not enough time, no one to exercise with, and lack of facilities. ParticipACTIon addresses these with the videos by having 10 to 20 minutes workouts, having people of different levels involved in the video, and adding the means to having no equipment needed, just either a chair or just nothing. However, we do continue not to engage. Continue with this thought, the most common internal barriers were too tired, already active enough, and I do not know how to do it. Adding to too lazy, we're not kind to ourselves, which is unfortunately really hard to manage and change, even with enough resources. Because in conclusion, internal barriers are really personal. It's a personal battle that needs to be inherently explored in order for us as a society to battle lack of activity. Yes. Exercise is an active process that requires engagement of the self with presence and intention. I wonder if we live with presence and intention, or do we go around our day just managing? I don't know that this is bad or good, but I don't think that is serving us in terms of exercise. On a personal note, I also struggle going to the gym. I find that working out first thing in the morning keeps me consistent. There are days where I truly do not feel doing much, but I do get up because my goal is to keep my function intact well into my 90s so I can travel the world with my boys. This daily affirmations or wish or goals, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it is fine, ensures that when motivation is lacking, my long-term goals keep me consistent. I invite you to search for your own goals and just move your body. I wish you health and happiness. Have a good one.